I spent $12,700 on flights, Airbnb, and private transfers. At the gate, Mom looked at the screen and froze. Wait, where's your ticket? This must be a mistake. Her voice shook, but her eyes didn't. Then my brother walked in, holding Zoe's hand. My ex, I switched you out. Bro, she's coming instead. No hard feelings. I left your favorite pizza at home. I said nothing. I froze access to their mobile wallets. They don't know yet, but I'm not even close to done. Wait, where's your ticket? My mother's voice cracked like a woman caught off guard, but her eyes didn't move. They stayed on the screen, calm, as if this moment had been rehearsed. We were at the gate. Flight to Palermo. I had booked it all, the premium seats, the Airbnb with the courtyard fig tree, the private car from the airport. I had sent the itinerary 3 times, uploaded it to a shared folder, even printed a hard copy because Mom prefers paper. Now she tapped at the airline app like a beginner, pretending confusion. This must be a mistake, she whispered. Behind us, passengers jostled forward. Group 2 was already halfway boarded. I still had the boarding pass open on my own phone, glowing like a receipt for the life I thought we were sharing. Then I heard it, a soft laugh, familiar in the worst way. I turned. My brother, James, walking casually toward us, dragging a carry-on behind him, holding someone's hand. Zoe. She wore my hoodie, the one she forgot to return last winter. The one she used to sleep in on Sunday mornings when we thought things were still salvageable. She didn't drop his hand, didn't look away, just smiled, quick and polished. James raised a hand like we were running into each other at brunch. Hey. I switched you out, he said, tone almost light. She's coming instead. He pointed at Zoe like it was some joke we all understood. No hard feelings, he added. I left your favorite pizza at home. No apology. No awkward laughter. Just that. I looked at Mom. She didn't speak. She didn't have to. I didn't answer. I reached into my coat pocket, unlocked my phone, and froze their mobile wallets. The tickets, the car, the apartment, all of it was tied to me. They didn't know that yet. And I wasn't finished. Not even close. They never said thank you. Not once. Not for the upgraded flights to New York when Dad had knee issues. Not for the 2 months they stayed in my apartment after the pipe burst in their kitchen. Not for the time I gave James $3,000, just until the scholarship cleared, and never mentioned it again. It started small. Mom asked to borrow my points. Just this one time, she said, for a weekend trip to Charleston. I booked it. She came back with a tan and a ceramic mug that said, blessed. Then came the favors. We're thinking of doing Europe next year. Could you just see what your card covers? You're so good at finding deals. You always manage the logistics. They never outright asked me to pay. They just built the expectation that I would. Quiet, constant, like steam filling a room until the walls sweat. I used to justify it. I had no kids, no mortgage, a remote job that paid well. They had stories, James still finding himself. Mom tired from caregiving. Dad always between something and something. So I covered it. Quietly. The kind of quiet that makes you complicit. That year, I spent Christmas alone while they went to Aspen. The Airbnb was booked in my name. I found out when the host called to confirm the hot tub use. They sent me a group selfie. Matching snow goggles, big grins, champagne. Caption, the core 4. I wasn't even angry. I just muted the group chat. They came back, asked me if I'd help book next summer's trip. No mention of Aspen. No explanation. And still, I helped. I don't remember the exact moment the line broke. Maybe it was when I spotted Zoe's name on my brother's Venmo history, tiny, innocuous. She'd sent him $14 with the pizza emoji. I stared at it for a while. Or maybe it was when Mom asked, sweetly, if I'd mind resending the Airbnb code for Sicily just in case her phone died. I should have seen it. The way she avoided eye contact when I reminded her to upload her passport copy. The way James said, don't bother buying wine, Zoe prefers red anyway, and then changed the subject before I could ask what he meant. Zoe and I had broken up 6 months before. No big fight. No betrayal I knew of. Just adrift. She said she didn't feel like a priority. I was tired all the time. Always helping someone else. She moved out in January. Left a box of books. Took the hoodie. James said nothing. Just helped me move her shelf to the curb. That night, we ate pizza on the couch in silence. The same pizza he later told me he left at home for me, like a souvenir. I spent weeks planning the trip to Sicily. Booked 3 separate flights to allow for flexibility. 2 bedrooms and a fold-out couch. Paid for airport transfer because Mom hates buses. Made dinner reservations, added Zoe's favorite gelateria to the list out of habit, then deleted it. I was going alone. That was the plan. Until James called and said he missed traveling with me. That he was in a better place. That we should do this as a family, like we used to. So I said yes. Again, the charges started piling in. $3,400 flights. $5,200 for the villa. $2,700 on private transfers, tickets, museum passes. I kept track. Not because I needed to, but because I had a spreadsheet. That's what I did. I was the organized one. 2 weeks before departure, Zoe liked one of my Instagram photos. An old one. Me in a blue shirt she once said made my shoulders look strong. I didn't think much of it. Maybe it was a drunk scroll. Maybe she missed me. A few days later, James asked if I could double-check that his name was correct on the ticket. I sent him the confirmation. He didn't respond. The night before the flight, Mom texted me a packing list. "Remember to bring power converters," she said. I sent a thumbs up. She replied with a heart emoji. I packed slowly, rolled my shirts, charged my Kindle, took the small suitcase because I wasn't planning to bring much back. At 5:30 a.m., the car arrived. The driver was polite. Said, "You've got family coming?" I said, "Yeah." When we got to the airport, I handed over the booking reference. The agent smiled. "Scan the code. 1 passenger." "That's odd," I said. She tilted the screen. "My name. No others." I stepped aside. Messaged Mom. No reply. Then I saw her, by the gate. Checking in. James beside her. Zoe trailing behind, in my hoodie. I walked toward them slowly. Mom looked at me, as if surprised to see me there. "Wait, where's your ticket?" she asked, blinking. This must be a mistake. But she didn't look at the screen. She looked right through me. James smiled. "She's coming instead. I figured you'd understand." He held Zoe's hand tighter. "I left your pizza in the fridge." That's when something inside me shifted. Not rage. Not sadness. Something cleaner. I took out my phone. Logged into the banking app. Opened the wallet dashboard. Selected 3 names. Froze every access. They don't know it yet. But that was the last time they'd ever fly on my name. I didn't go home. I went to a hotel near the airport. Booked 2 nights. Paid in cash. Turned off my location. I ordered a bottle of water, stared out the window, and waited for the panic to arrive. It didn't. What came instead was silence, like someone finally turned off the noise. At 10:42 a.m., the first message hit. "Mom, honey, something's wrong with the tickets. We're getting an error at the counter." "James, can you double-check the wallet settings? Mine's not loading." Then, "Zoe, they're saying payment was declined. Are you here? Can you come to the desk?" I didn't reply. I closed the curtains and went to sleep. When I woke up, the texts had multiplied. Group chats, missed calls, a voicemail from James. "They're saying the booking's been canceled." "Bro, this isn't funny. Just fix it. Fix it." That's the role, isn't it? The fixer. The quiet one. The bank account with a face. I got up, opened the minibar, took a single bite of a stale biscotti, then opened my laptop. I didn't freeze one account. I froze all of them. Every card linked to their phones. Every shared subscription. I even called the Airbnb host and told him there had been a fraud alert. He thanked me for the heads up, said he'd lock the door code from remote. "Let me know if they try to check in," he added. This kind of thing happens more than you think. At 3:09 p.m., Mom called again. Voicemail. "Please, we don't understand. We're stranded. They won't let us board." Then came the shift. "James, okay man. Seriously. You made your point. Enough. Zoe, this is petty. Grow up." I turned off notifications. At 6:21 p.m., James sent one final text. "All good. We rebooked. Zoe and I are flying out tonight. Without you." That was supposed to hurt. It didn't. What hurt was the next message. From Mom. No punctuation. "You really chose money over family." That line, it sat in my chest like a nail. I didn't answer, but I did one last thing. I opened the shared folder they'd used for the trip planning. Flight details, maps, schedules, PDFs. I deleted it, then revoked access to the family drive. Removed them all. 20 minutes later, I got an alert. Multiple failed login attempts to shared folder Italy trip. James tried twice more. Zoe once. Then it stopped. That night, I ate at the hotel bar. Pasta, nothing fancy. A tired man across from me was scrolling through something on his phone, laughing under his breath. I watched him for a while. He didn't know he was free. I did. The next morning, I went home. My apartment was clean. The air felt different, lighter. At 8:14 a.m., the doorbell rang. I didn't need to look. I knew the rhythm. 6 short buzzes. One long. I let it ring. Then silence. Then pounding. I made coffee. By 9:03 a.m., I got a voicemail. Dad, call me back today. Or don't bother coming around again. That was new. He never called unless Mom made him. Now here he was, threatening absence like it was a punishment. I deleted the message. At 10:51 a.m., Zoe texted. No one expected this from you. You always just let things go. She was right. But not anymore. That afternoon, I sent out 3 emails. To the travel agency, confirmed fraud, requested formal documentation of the cancellations. To my bank, requested card replacements with new numbers, no linked family access. To my lawyer, flagged potential unauthorized use of personal funds. No lawsuit yet. Just a file. At 7 p.m., I got a new email. Subject, let's talk. From James. Body, you've made things really hard. But I guess that's who you are now. Cold. I didn't reply. I just stared at the word. Cold. Is that what boundaries feel like? Like winter? Because to me, it felt like spring. I moved out the following week. Not far. Just far enough. New lease. No forwarding address. I didn't post about it. Didn't tell anyone. Carried boxes alone, one at a time. No announcement, no ceremony. They don't even know where I live now. That's the point. The old apartment still had the spare keys taped behind the breaker box, the ones Mom used just in case. I left them there. Let the new tenant deal with it. I furnished the new place slowly. A mattress, a table, one chair. I liked the quiet. I liked that no one knew how to find me. My name wasn't on any shared bills anymore. My number wasn't linked to any wallet. Even the Wi-Fi password was mine alone. I thought they'd go silent. They didn't. 10 days after the airport, envelope in my mailbox at the old place. Forwarded to my office. Inside, a formal notice. An attorney representing family interests claimed financial damages from unauthorized interference in a prepaid group itinerary. The itinerary I'd booked. The one charged to my card. I read it twice, then laughed. That same afternoon, I got called into HR. Anonymous complaint. Accusations of unethical behavior, vague financial misconduct. My boss slid the printout across the desk with a wince. We know this is personal, she said quietly. We're not pursuing it. Just letting you know. The file was closed before I left the room. By then, it had started. The unraveling. Zoe and James made it to Sicily after all, but not to the villa. They had to downgrade. Her Instagram post from a noisy hostel courtyard was up for less than an hour before it vanished. But I'd seen it. Watched the comments roll in. Thought y'all were in a private place? This looks different from the brochure, LOL. 3 days later, a chargeback notification pinged from the card company. The Airbnb host had reported attempted fraud. They tried to get in. The code had failed. They argued. Police were called. I wasn't involved, but I read the host's review. Uncooperative guests. Aggressive. Left without staying. Zoe went private on social. James deleted his account. The next hit came quietly. A cousin posted a story about a canceled engagement dinner. Rebecca. Her fiancé had financial concerns. The venue had required a deposit. My mom had promised she'd cover it. Then my dad's voicemail came not to apologize, but to warn. If you keep this up, no one will speak to you again. You'll regret it when you're old and alone. I played it twice. Not for the words. For the tone. A man who knew he'd lost something but didn't understand what. Then the real collapse began. 2 weeks after the airport, I got a tip from a friend at a credit union. Your dad's business loan was denied, he said. His credit's shot. Someone flagged suspicious financial dependencies. Internal memo said no verifiable income streams. Sound familiar? I didn't ask who filed the memo. I didn't need to. One afternoon, I got a message from Aunt Karen. The one who always acted like she didn't hear gossip, just repeated it. We're all worried. Your mom hasn't been herself. No punctuation. No apology. The next day, I opened my laptop and found a message from someone I hadn't seen since college. Subject: Hey. Weird question. It was my cousin's ex-girlfriend. We'd barely spoken back then. She used to sit on the edge of family dinners, polite, ignored. Now she wrote, I saw what happened. With the trip. With your family. I just wanted to say. I left because I saw how they treated you. All of you. You were the only one who seemed aware of it. That one I saved. Later that night, I sat on the balcony of my new place. The chair creaked a little, cheap metal, not built for comfort. But it was mine. I watched the skyline turn orange. Watched the city forget who I used to be. Watched it not care. I didn't light a candle. Didn't pour a drink. I sat in silence. No noise. No notifications. Just the feeling that maybe, for the first time in a long time, I wasn't being watched or followed or expected. I was just gone. And that was enough. This morning, I made coffee at 6:17 a.m. I didn't set an alarm. I just woke up. No calls. No buzzing phone. No calendar invites with passive-aggressive captions like family brunch, attendance expected. Just silence. The apartment was still dim. The kind of gray light that makes everything look softer. I stepped barefoot into the kitchen. Tiles cold underfoot. The kind of cold that reminds you you're really alone, and not in a bad way. I filled the kettle. The cheap one I bought on sale. My old one, the chrome one with the smooth pour, stayed in the last apartment. Mom loved it. Said it made her tea feel intentional. I left it behind on purpose. I spooned the grounds in slowly. Measured them by feel, not by scale. Watched the steam rise. This one didn't whistle like the old one. But it worked. It was mine. That was enough. I sat on the floor. No chairs yet. Haven't bought a couch. No plants. No wall art. Just clean walls, bare shelves, and the hum of a fridge I don't have to share. The mug was chipped. I liked it that way. Bought it from a thrift store around the corner. Cash only. No receipt. Perfect. I drank slowly, one hand curled around the heat. The mug didn't say anything cutesy. No live, laugh, love garbage. Just white, with a small crack near the handle. Just like me. At 7:01 a.m., my phone buzzed once. Email. No subject. Just an image, a photo from Sicily. James and Zoe, standing in front of a boarded-up storefront. No smiles. No filters. No gelato. They looked like tourists who got off at the wrong stop. Someone must have sent it by mistake. Or maybe not. I deleted it. Didn't open the message. Didn't need to. It didn't hurt. Nothing about them does anymore. Last week, a letter came. Real envelope. My full name on it. Mom's handwriting. Neat. Careful. The way she always addressed birthday cards when she wanted to make it look like effort. She wrote, "We were trying to hold the family together. You tore it apart." No apology. Just that same familiar deflection. The idea that my refusal to be used was what broke everything. I didn't write back. I left the letter in the sink. Let the rinse from a glass run over it. Watched the ink blur into something unreadable. Then threw it out with the coffee grounds. They erased me. They just didn't expect me to stay gone. I don't miss them. Not in the way they hope I do. Not in the way that might bring me crawling back with an apology and a bank transfer. I miss who I was before I thought loyalty meant obedience. Before I thought helping meant self-erasure. Before I let silence be taken as consent. Now I have none of it. And I'm still here. People think the hardest part is the silence. It's not. The hardest part is the realization that they never really saw you. Just what came with you. Access. Cover. The ability to fix things without making noise. And when that disappeared, so did they. I used to track birthdays. Used to send reminders. Cards. Used to call even when no one picked up. Now I don't. I don't explain my decisions. I don't send updates. I don't check if they're okay. I assume they're not. That's no longer my problem. I go to the grocery store and buy food for one. No bulk packs. No sharing staples. I keep one set of keys in the drawer. No spare. I read books without someone asking if they can borrow them. I watch shows without pausing every time someone walks into the room. I sleep better. Freedom isn't loud. It doesn't throw a party. It doesn't demand recognition. It just exists. Quietly. Like steam rising from a chipped mug in a half-lit kitchen. Like an address no one else knows. Like the feeling of not being needed and being okay with that. I'm not angry. I'm just not theirs anymore. And I'm not coming back.